In this video, I'm going to talk to you about my plans for success in 2021. And I hope it goes better than the last time I tried this. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to Watch Me Work live stream number 101 here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel. Now, normally I'm on about 4 hours earlier than this, but believe it or not, I used a new setup to create this live stream, and it required one extra step for me to go live. So my last live stream, nobody could hear because it was just me talking by myself. It wasn't streaming. In fact, there were some people in chat waiting for it to start, and some actually suggested, maybe you forgot to push the play button. Literally, I needed to push another button. Anyway, so here we are, and we will try again. If you're watching this live, please say hi in chat. And this is, most of you are asleep or well into your days. Anyways, today's video is brought to you by our channel sponsor, MySites.guru. Head on over to MySites.guru and get a free site audit for your Joomla site or WordPress site if you have one of those. And while you are there, check out all the cool things that you can do to manage your site, save time, learning things, and one site or multiple sites. And if you decide to subscribe, use the coupon code BASICJoomla and you'll get your first month free. Okay. So, everybody, last night I rewatched my live stream from last year for my plans for success for 2020, which we all know sort of was a joke for any of us that were making plans for 2020 because something else happened we were not anticipating. And so, so as I go and I talk about what my plans are now, I am reminded that not all things come together like we hope that they would. So, also, when I was watching that live stream, I'm glad that I watched that just to remember what my goals were. I also noticed, it also helped too because I saw what shirt I was wearing. I almost wore the same shirt today. But just reminded me too that goals are setting a direction where we should go, but we shouldn't torture ourselves with them, especially if things change. Because as the pandemic came into the world, there's some things that I bailed on, but we'll talk about that in a second. So if you happen to be watching this or you're watching the replay of this, if you've got plans for 2021, what are your plans to do something different or maybe even something great that happened in 2020? Leave it in the comments section below. All right, so let me just review some of my goals for last year. All right, one of my goals last year, excuse me, was to diminish some distractions in my life. And I mentioned how well it had worked for me to unfollow some people on Facebook, but it also worked well for me to unfollow on Facebook even recently. So if you're on Facebook or social media and there's people that you're following and they just every now and then post something and it's just a drag and you just think why or whatever, just unfollow them. In Facebook, if you unfollow them, it's not the same as unfriending. So even if it's a relative, you just don't see their posts anymore. Because you should curate something on Facebook so that it's encouraging, not have a steady source of something that drags you down. So and one of the other things too was my goal for 2020 was to avoid emotional overinvestment with clients. Now, I think it's really important for us to be invested with our clients, and we need to put our passions and some emotion into the work that we do for them. But there's a difference between being passionate about helping others and being passionate about helping others because you really want to feel good about yourself or you're looking for something beyond just what you're doing. The work that we do for others should be rewarding, but sometimes things that we want fulfilled within us kind of sneak in. And that's how we end up really super emotional about sometimes little things. So one of my goals for 2020 was to be less emotionally overinvested in some of my clients, and one in particular. And I eventually was able to come to the point where I was much more balanced and able to accept that. That client's no longer one of my clients. They went with another company. They made some decisions that I don't really think are the best way to go. But they made their decisions, and turns out that they weren't as emotionally invested in me as I was in them. And that's not a bad thing. They have literally, it's their business. And so it was, that's good. I still will probably, they said they'd like me to do some work for them in the future. But I am just trying to keep my eye on the prize with respect to my business and giving good service, having good, being emotionally involved and connected with my clients, but not becoming dependent on that area, because then you start to lose vision anyways and clarity for helping them. Last year, well, for this year, I had set a goal for lead generation. I wanted 3 new management clients per month. And with as I look back now, I probably made it about halfway with respect to my goal was I have management packages for clients, $99 a month, $299 a month, or $499 a month. And so my goal was to add 3 a month or the equivalent, $300 a month. And I did add some, but pandemic also lost a couple too that shrunk back. Well, one shrunk back, and then the other one, it was that client I had for a long time. So overall progress there, but I didn't reach my goal of 3 a month. One person who was signing up for I think the $500 a month package, they've had a lot of things happening in their life. So for like 12 months, they've been delaying starting their project. So that one is there. I wanted to become better, become more intentional in pitching things. I believe that I have. A couple things that I really failed on, and one was taking advantage of my Google business page. Well, not totally, because last year, and I looked at this, last year I had 4 reviews on my Google business page, and I've been asking clients for reviews and people I help, and I have 16, and they're all 5-star reviews, so that's good. But as far as adding content to my site and then putting it on my Google business page, I haven't been doing that. So my site is still like the mechanic's car that never gets worked on. But I have been working with a business coach, and he's sort of told me the next thing to do is to fix up my site. So and technically right now the way my site looks, I wouldn't buy a website from me if I was looking for one. However, when I talk to people and pitch things, and do things for them, it works out fine. So another goal that I had was 312 new videos. That was 6 a week, including live streams and client consults. And when the pandemic started, I just decided that I just didn't need that pressure with everything that's going on just to grind out videos. I had to regroup, circle the wagons. And I think that is okay. So in our, goals are goals, but if the playing field shifts or circumstances change, they might not be possible, or they might not be realistic. And so there's no sense killing ourselves over them, especially when there's other stuff that's really trying to kill us or is really weighing us down. So we will see. Well, we'll talk about in a second where I'm going. All right, so that's some of what I talked about last year. So for this year, what are my plans? First of all, so one of my major plans is to, again, diminish distraction. I'm still doing the Facebook thing. Even just a couple days ago, I followed a few people because I thought, well, I can't keep up with all these posts, and they're not really posting anything beneficial for me. And so, but another thing that I am tackling is what I'm calling haunting clutter. Haunting clutter. And that is clutter that just sort of haunts you. So I've mentioned in other times on the live stream and here on the channel that I've had this cardboard box with papers that I throw in to deal with later on. I thought I'd only had them for 3 years, but apparently it was longer than 3 years because my wife told me it was longer than 3 years, and she's the one that has to always see it and walk around it as well. It becomes invisible to me. Anyways, just having those reminders around that there's things to do, you need to catch up. It just takes emotional and coping energy out of focusing on moving forward. So this year I'm tackling that. Now I'm starting out the year pretty good because My goal was to have a clean desk, and I actually asked my wife to help me with that a couple of weeks ago because I just remembered that I'm just terrible at sorting through things, and she's really good at it. So I have the desk mostly cleared off. That box of papers that's been around for years is gone, so that is good. And I'm not going to fill up another box. And also, what's the other thing? Zero inbox. My goal, after spending time with Phil Taylor after Forum on the Future in Spain, I went and saw him and stayed with him for a few days in Jersey. I noticed he had zero inbox. I thought, well, that's appealing to me. So I had a goal to have no emails in my inbox from 2020 at the end of 2020 as I've been catching up. And I think I'm going to be able to do that. I've got a day and a half to do that. If I quit live streaming to nobody who's out there, it'd be a better use of my time. Anyways, that haunting clutter, the stuff that's just hanging there is really draining. So I'm finally taking care of that and tackling that. All right. So as far as my business overall, I have incorporated. I incorporated just in the middle of December. I'm really doing things still under my sole proprietorship until the end of the year. I'm going to close it down probably tomorrow. And then, I'm incorporating. So part of the reason that I'm incorporating is because with COVID here in Canada, even before COVID, there were programs where the government would pay half the salary of someone for a year if you paid the other half. And my goal this year and what my shift in attention is, I'll still be self-employed in a sense as a business owner, but my goal is to build a team to work on CyberSalt things, and so that I can focus on what I do well, and also have other things, people helping with other things. Now that's a new stretch for me. But I'll be working on that. My business coach is really encouraging with that. And I think it's something that's necessary because I realized a while ago that I cannot produce the amount of work by myself that is required to do some of the things that I want with respect to putting away for retirement, some of the projects that Susan, my wife, and I are involved in, and just various things such as that. So I really, and there's some things I'm just not good at. And so I need to learn a team approach. So I'm looking forward to building a team. So that's why I've incorporated the company. A big thing is I have someone that's going to be doing my books for this company. I spend so much time, talk about, what do they call it, haunting clutter. Oh man, I struggle with accounting, and I could learn it, but it's just not my thing. And there's other people that it's much easier for. And I've reached the point now, even though I'm behind on a lot of things, personal taxes and mostly personal taxes now. I do have some wiggle room money to pay someone to do books and people do things for me, so I can then focus on generating new leads and putting that team together. So that's what CyberSalt Consulting is now, CyberSalt Consulting Limited. All right, so that brings me to lead generation, my goal. So last year my goal was 3 new management clients per month. This year my goal is 10, which sounds like a big jump, especially for a goal that I didn't reach this year yet, for my goal for 3. But with the new approach and where I'm aiming at, I want to try for this. Also, if I have that goal out there and I'm pursuing it, it's going to keep me honest with respect to building a team. Because I like I said last year, I need to be more intentional in trying to find leads and build leads for my business. And so part of being intentional is setting a goal, an aim that's out there where I should be. If I just have a small goal that I can manage and could attain myself, then that would be nice to reach. But I want to get out beyond that, beyond myself. So My goal has to be beyond myself. And like I said, I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't reach this goal, because this is just all part of growing, my growing experience as I learn to be self-employed, as I learn to be a business owner, and learn those new things. So 10 new management clients per month. In that, I want to become better at putting together proposals. I bought from AppSumo a great deal for putting together proposals. It's expired now, but it's called quoters.io. I need to do a little bit of work and set that up so that when people ask me for proposals, I can get them quickly to them, and get projects landed, and then of course pass them on to whatever team that I am able to build up. So I am going to throw back on there my own Google business page as a goal, because I think that's very powerful, which means adding content to my site. So I'm going to have to focus on that. And the videos, I'm going to keep that as a goal as well, 312, 6 a week. Now, between the 2 videos that I do each week, live streaming here on the website, I'm starting a channel focuses on WordPress as well. I won't be live streaming on that one, but that's part of the sponsorship deal that I have from mysites.guru. And so, I just want to put out more of those videos. Now, also, with respect to Maintenance Monday live streams, originally when I started Maintenance Monday live streams, it was just be a quick live stream and just to get content out there. And then I went to Watch Me Work live streams on Wednesdays, which I put on Twitch to see if anything would happen on Twitch, and not much happened there. So I moved it back to the YouTube channel. And so the idea was that Watch Me Work, so Maintenance Mondays would be a short video, a live stream, and then Watch Me Work would be a long video. And over time, it's sort of morphed to the point where both are very long live streams. And I really enjoy spending time with you all on the channel. But I think the best thing is I'm going to turn Maintenance Mondays, not a live stream, but back into more prepared and presented video. And I will still do Watch Me Work live streams on Wednesday, so we'll still get together. I'll show something I'm working on, or we'll have a guest. We'll hang out and chat and do things like that. But that's going to be a little bit shift in the videos as well. Now, that said, I also want to focus more on the Slack channel, that I have, and make that more of a place for connecting. So it's not that I want to be less connected to people through this channel. I just want to be connected otherwise as well, because I need the live streaming the 2 times a week. As much as it is enjoyable, it is also time consuming, and I probably just need to make that decision for Maintenance Monday. So this week, the first Monday in 2021, is going to be a live stream. I've not talked about this. It's sort of something I just decided recently. But anyways, that's some of my goals. So basically, for 2021, I want to build a team, and am looking for people, looking for ways to build that team, and see how things progress. Again, these are plans that I am making going into a year that who knows what will happen. We already now in the news are talking about variants of coronavirus that are more contagious. If a variant comes along that is not does not work with the current vaccines, then a lot of things could change. And I think in my own life, you maybe hear me say this, Lord willing, I'll do something. There's I'm a follower of Jesus, and in the Bible there's a place where we're advised, don't say tomorrow I'll do this or next week I'll do that, but because you don't know what a day will bring. Just say if the Lord wills, I'm going to do that. And that keeps us grounded in reality that we have no idea what the future is going to bring. And case in point, at the beginning of a new decade last year, everybody's so excited, me so excited, just thinking this is the new decade, we're going to kill it this year. And that did not pan out. A lot of good things have happened this year, and I've grown this year, but it was also a hard year. It's a hard year for everyone, and it's been a horrible year for many people. So I make these plans tentatively because I need to move forward. I need to have an idea of where I am going and what I am doing. And it's good to have goals so that we keep on track with where we're going. But I also recognize that it's not the be all and end all to keep all of those goals. And who knows what will happen when we come along. So basically, those are some of my plans for 2021. When I watched my stream from last year, I talked about so many things I was going to do, and some of them I did, many of them I didn't. And so I thought I will just keep it shorter today. So so we had a bunch of people on earlier, like I said, wondering where the heck I was, wondering when I was going to start the stream. And in the meantime, here I was at home talking to myself, thinking that everyone was just not interacting in chat. So anyways, we'll end the year like many of my streams went. But at least I had this redo, and I just want to thank everybody for your support and part in this channel. It means a lot to me. I enjoy the friendships that I have here. I enjoy the new people that we're meeting. I enjoy creating this community that's growing, where people know each other and help each other. And I look forward to more of that in 2021. So let me just and so with that in mind, I do hope and pray that 2021 is a good year for you, a safe year, a healthy year, and that you enjoy prosperity, not only in your business, not only in your hobbies, not only in whatever it is that you do, but in your heart and in your mind and in your soul. And so until the next time I'm on the other side of the new year, everybody enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.